Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Matt Tebow with Stacked, and right now I'm joined by Team Liquid's jungler Santorin, coming off their recent win. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good, and you?
Pretty good. It looks like the game early had a little bit of shenanigans going on. It looks like Jizuke and Impact swapped lanes, but aside from that, looked pretty standard. Tell me how the game went from your perspective.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird that they swapped lanes. I know our lanes weren't like completely aware that that was gonna happen. So like for example, like Alfari, instead of having Darn's shield, he had Darn's blade, assuming it was like the renekton matchup. So it kind of caught off guard, which I mean, I don't think it made the game that weird because we adapted pretty well to it. So for me as a jungler, I was just full clearing. I'm like, okay, nice, my ball got prio, go for bot scuttle. And then if you get full clear off, it feels really good. And then I think we had this Herald fight. And then after that, game was basically over. And we just made like a lot of, I think we made the right macro calls for the most parts, but we just made small mechanical mistakes. So like we kept doing Baron, and yeah, it might have looked really weird from the perspective of viewers.
Yeah, fighting around it for the fourth time. I imagine everybody was like,
Yeah.
Jesus, are they going to get this thing eventually? Someday?
Yeah. So that's definitely like the biggest issue with that game, that we took too long to end the game.
What adaptations were you forced to make as a result of the lane swap?
Um, Not that many, honestly, because I mean, the lanes went pretty well for us. So like Jensen was kind of smacking Impact in mid lane, and Alfari wasn't really getting destroyed that hard top. So like I think the idea from EG was like Nico would maybe hard one against Camilla or something, and we actually can maybe a push. I'm not sure. But I feel like it just went in our favor, so it felt really good for us.
I mean, personally, in my opinion, I despise laning against Nico in any way, shape, or form, and I think Kobe and Captain Flowers made the point that that at one point when Alfari backed after like what was it, the fourth or fifth wave, they're like, oh, he's adjusting in his seat, he's wiping the sweat off his hands. Was there like any indication that Alfari was just like not having a good time at all into this matchup, or what?
Honestly, not really. I feel like he's like a robot when it comes to like matchups and laning. I feel like he's just always doing the right thing, and he seemed really calm and kind of knew what was going on. And he was always making sure that he wasn't in dive range from Hecarim, stuff like that. So like he felt really comfortable playing this matchup, even though it's not really a very common one. And I know like playing against Nico is like absolutely horrible. So he did a really good job.
And I think moving on from that, you closed out the game pretty dominantly, and now I think you guys. I don't think your spot in the bracket's quite solidified yet. You're in a three-way tie for second place, if I recall correctly, with TSM, 100 Thieves, and you guys. So you guys have a head-to-head with 100 Thieves tomorrow, and I don't recall right off the bat who TSM plays, but this picture is in flux. Where would you guys like to see yourselves going into the bracket? What's your favorite matchup?
Like who would play in the playoffs?
Yeah, like who do you guys think you play the best against? Not necessarily who the team you want to play against is, but who Team Liquid takes down with ease, I guess.
I mean, I think if Dignitas is our opponent, that would feel really good. We basically smashed in both games we played them on stage, and I feel like, I mean, stylistically, we just kind of not run over them, but we feel really comfortable playing against them. There's also other teams that we wouldn't mind playing, but I think Dignitas might be the easiest for us right now, just from how the games that went so far.
Are you guys prepping for anything specifically with playoffs in mind? Like, are you changing up your practice schedule, foregoing certain things to say, okay, we got playoffs coming up, here's what we should focus for those instead?
Definitely just being more flexible in like draft and champion pools. I think that's like a big thing when it comes into playoffs, where you need to get new picks, because if people just know from the get-go like these are what they play, then they'll actually have really smart pick bands versus you. So you have to like pull out something different. So we're practicing new compositions and like trying to just get an advantage in draft, because I think that when it comes into playoffs, it actually matters a lot.
So you're telling me you're going to cheese in a jungle pick, is that what you're saying?
No, but I remember something about Jensen Annie. So who knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Twitter conversation about Jensen's Annie. We got the Ari and we got the Vygar. Maybe he whips it out tomorrow. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, you never know what Jensen's gonna play, which is one of the big strengths of him. So we'll see what happens in playoffs.
For sure. I also want to talk about Team Liquid's play style. Like you said, it looks like Team Liquid at times, you guys are easily the strongest team in the league. You guys just collapse on everybody. and all 5 of you are incredible mechanical players. Like, I'm thinking specifically this game when Core JJ flashed over the wall after Baron Pit to get, I think it was Impact, walk him down, and that really set things up for you guys to get Baron and then steamroll from there. But at the same time, I think those mechanics can be your downfall, and I'm thinking of Tactical just getting caught in tower line a couple times. How are you guys addressing those kind of moments where your team's like, all right, we're really like steamrolling, but then it's like you just kind of run out of gas for like 10 seconds? Like, how do you work on that as a team?
So I mean, there's always if you're really confident in your mechanics, there are going to be times in the game where you're gonna kind of overdo and kind of not disrespect the opponent, but just think you're better, and then you like go for more aggressive plays. I think that's probably what happened to Tactical here, where he felt like he could probably just kill him. But in hindsight, it's like, well, it's a Cyber ultimate. Can you really do it? So I mean, these things happen, and they're definitely addressed, and there's definitely issues that we have to work on. But for me, if we already have the lead and we're doing well, that's like what matters the most to me. And then if people make mistakes, those will happen, and I don't think we should like also over tunnel on these kind of things, because I think Tactical has been playing pretty well in general.
I would agree. I think so as well. Like, there have been moments where it's clearly like he's shown he's like high caliber LCS 80 carry, and then some moments it's like he dove under tower and he died. But I think that's kind of life, you know how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I respect it. I mean, I've also played with Wild Turtle for a long time. He's the guy that always flashes in. I really respect this playstyle. It's just like you gotta fine tune it once in a while, and sometimes it just looks absolutely disgusting. But in general, like 9 out of 10 times, he's doing the right thing and playing really accurate, which you really enjoy.
Yeah, just gotta tamper down the bloodlust more.
A little bit.
Yeah. So, in my personal playoff bracket, I think it's possible where you guys could potentially have a finals run back with Cloud9. Are you in the back of your mind, you're like, okay, we're preparing for playoffs, but Cloud9? Are you guys preparing for that final run back again? Is that something you guys are discussing in private, in the group DMs?
I mean, honestly, right now, we beat Cloud9 in lock-in. We toured them in spring regular season so far. But we went 0-2 against TSM. So actually right now, I think it's both TSM and Cloud9 that are mainly in my mind. Honestly, 100 Thieves also comes to my mind, but I think like TSM and C9 are the two we have to beat. And actually right now, I really want to beat TSM because I was a TSM jungler, and we're 0-2 against TSM so far. And I'm kind of salty about that. So I really want to like get my salty run back against them.
The specter of TSM hangs low over Team Liquid. And one last question. It's been quite a road since like mid-January to now. Like, weather's warming up, everybody's coming together, and now is a good time, I think, before your game to kind of look back over your season as a whole. Team Liquid certainly had some highs and some lows, but give me your honest opinion. How would you evaluate Team Liquid's season this year so far?
Kind of like a roller coaster. We started really strong. Actually, so if you think all the way back, both me and Alfari couldn't really come in the beginning because of visa stuff. So already from the get-go, it's kind of like a roller coaster. And then Alfari came in, we started winning some games, and I came in, we won some games, we won lock-in. Then we started kind of sucking. So we started losing a lot, and then we started winning a lot, then we started losing a lot. Now we're kind of winning a lot again. So it's just been like a big roller coaster. I'm kind of hoping like now we're winning a lot again, and I feel like we're kind of finding our team identity. So going into playoffs, I hope the roller coaster doesn't continue and we just start winning more.
Yeah, as long as it stays on the tracks, I think things will be as good as they were before everything started. Once again, this is Team Liquid's jungler Santorin, and I'm Matt Tebow with Stacked. You can find us online at stacked.gg and follow us on our socials at stackedlol. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that sub button. It really helps us out a lot. Santorin, thanks for your time, and good luck tomorrow and in the rest of the playoffs.
Thank you so much.